Hey guys, what is up? It's me, looksbylottie, and welcome to today's video. If it's your first time here at my channel, then welcome. I'm so glad to see you here today. If you like videos about makeup, then make sure to subscribe down below. I post every Tuesday and Friday. If this is your second, third, fourth, or however many times you've been here, then welcome back. It's so great to see you here again. Make sure to press that notification bell down below so you never miss any of my videos. It's been a while since I've done a 3 looks 1 palette video, so I want to get back into the swing of them, maybe do them every other month. And so I asked you guys on Instagram which palette I should use, and you guys voted for the At Forest Sight palette. Yes, I finally have it. Thanks to my friend Slightly Unblended. I guess somehow she said she had 2, and so she sent me her other one. And I've been wanting this palette ever since it came out. I think it came out in like 2020. This is a very sought after palette. If you haven't seen it before, here it is. This is such a pretty color story, perfect for fall. I know it's not really fall anymore, but you know what, we can all pretend. And it's just giving me, you know, Pacific Northwest vibes, which is exactly what Raw Beauty Kristi wanted. So snaps and claps to you, this is a beauty. So as I said, it's gonna be 3 looks with 1 palette. We're gonna do it in the way that I've been doing it before, where I shoot the tutorial, but then I have a voiceover over it because honestly, I'm tired and I don't really wanna do a lot of talking right now. But I hope you do enjoy this video. Let me know what other palettes I should use down below, and I will see you at the end. Let's go to our first tutorial now. Hey guys, what's up? It's voiceover Lottie here. For our first look, I'm going to use the half cut crease stencils from Crown Noir Cosmetics. They're so easy to use and apply, and they help you get the perfect cut crease shape. The first shade I am taking is Homegrown, a dark brown shade, and I'm applying it in my crease right on top of my stencil. To blend out the brown, I am taking Rainer, which is a reddish brown, and applying it right over Homegrown and up towards my brow bone. To soften everything up, I took the shade Old Growth and used it to blend out Rainer. I took off my stencils, which was very satisfying to watch back, and then I placed down my Makeup a Murder eye tape on the outer corner of my eyes. From there, I began to draw a winged liner using Homegrown, Rainer, and Old Growth to match the shadows on my cut crease and brow bone. When I took off the tape, I realized that my wings were short. So I took a flat liner brush and extended my wing with the shade Homegrown. After the wing was completed, I began to define my crease with an eyeshadow primer, and I realized I probably should have done this before drawing the wing because boy was that difficult. To save time, I cut this part and putting my base on completely out. I also applied a cream colored shade from another palette onto my cut crease. Using the same shades as before, I applied the shadows onto my bottom lash line. To bronze up my face, I used a Juvia's Place Bronze Bronzer Duo in shade Light. Oh y'all, you see the hot water they've been in recently? Jeez Louise. I decided not to do anything fancy with my brows, so I just styled them with some brow gel. For blush, I dove into my Moon Prism blush palette from Lunar Beauty. I tried to do an ombre blush effect, but I don't really think it worked. Oh well, at least it's still cute. Then I thought it would be a great idea to apply my lashes on camera. No idea why, because I never do this. But at least it didn't look too bad in the end, right? For highlighter, I used a Colourpop Super Shock highlighter in shade Flute Punch and tapped it onto my cheekbones, tip, and bridge of my nose, brow bone, and the inner corner of my eye. For lips, I lined with the Dragon Beauty Lip Job Lip Liner, which I must say, I like a lot more than I thought I originally would. This shade is a perfect nude for me. For lipstick, I applied a NARS Air Matte Liquid Lipstick in shade Lose Control. Finally, I topped my lippy off with a Fenty Gloss Bomb in shade Cake Shake. So here's look 1. Very classic, pretty dramatic. I feel like I look super gorgeous in this look. It's one I'm too scared to wear out in public, but honestly I really should sometime. Alright, on to look number 2. I already have my Crown Noir half-cut crease stencil and my tape on, so you know I mean business right now. I'm bringing some color into this look, with my first shade being Emerald City, a properly named deep cool toned green. I applied it to the inner part of my cut crease, being careful not to blend it up too far. Next, I applied the shade PNW, a deep teal, in the upper middle part of my crease, letting it overlap with Emerald City. Before I added any other shades, I wanted to make sure the blend between Emerald City and PNW was solid, so I went back and forth between the two shades to make sure the blend was seamless. Once I was satisfied with that blend, I added the shade Amanita, a pretty purple shade, which was placed on the outer portion of my cut crease and flicked up towards the end of my eyebrow. After I took off my stencils, I realized how high my cut crease was, and to be honest, I wasn't a fan of how it was going to look. So I dipped back into the previous shades and blended them a little bit lower into my crease. Once I finished, I sloppily cut my crease with an eyeshadow primer. On my cut crease, I took the shade West Coast, a beautiful golden shimmer, and applied it all over. Honestly, I wish I could be bathed in this shade. So gorgeous. To add a little bit more pop, I took a white liner from the Midas Cosmetics Keramos Cake Liner palette and outlined my cut crease. I thought this would help the other colors really stand out. Off camera, I applied my base makeup, and now it's time to finish the look. I used my e.l.f. Brow Duo pencil to fill in and shape my brows. Had to have bold brows for a bold look, you know? For bronzer, I reached for my LYS Beauty bronzer, realized I put on way too much, and then toned it down a bit with a clean face brush off camera. For blush, I used a Kylie Cosmetics blush in shade Almost Perfect and applied it from the apples of my cheeks to the top of my temples. To highlight, I pulled out my Kinder Beauty highlight palette and used the shade Angel, a sparkly gold shade, which was very much on fleek. For my lash line, I followed the same progression in my cut crease, Emerald City on the inner part, PNW in the middle, and Amanita at the end. I applied some lashes by Jujubee, and then it was time for lips. To line my lips, I used a lip liner from the Rudolph Lip Kit from the Colourpop collaboration this past month. For lipstick, I used the shade I Am Brave from Ada Lip Beauty. This lipstick is actually super cool because it uses ingredients such as radishes and potatoes to get this deep berry red shade. To top it off, I used the Fenty Gloss Bomb in shade Fruit Snacks, which matches my lipstick perfectly. And here we have look number 2. She's vibrant, she's unique, she's the life of the party. I really love how this turned out, and it was a fun way to incorporate some of the more fun colors featured in this palette. Finally, it's time for look number 3. This time I'm going for something in the middle of natural and colorful. I started with the shade Puffball, a warm toned brown in my crease to get things rolling. From there, I blended out with the shade Old Growth up into my brow bone. To deepen the look, I add the shade Homegrown into the outer corner of my eye and blend it into the lower part of my crease. I did a pretty sloppy blending job, so now I'm just taking some time to blend everything together, adding some shades back into the mix for some balance. I decided to freehand cutting my half-cut crease this time since I knew I didn't want it to be super high, and I cut it using an eyeshadow primer again. Instead of putting a shimmer on my lid, I took the shade Chanterelle, a beautiful mustard yellow, and patted it all over the cut crease. Off camera, I added lashes, my base, and a pop of red eyeliner outlining the half-cut crease. I dove back into the Juvia's Place bronzer palette again to add warmth and dimension back into my face. I took out the Bougie Rouge palette from Jaclyn Cosmetics and tapped it all over my cheeks and the bridge of my nose for blush. From here, I smoked out my lower lash line with the previous brown shades we used on my lid. I thought it'd be fun to add some freckles, so I used a Freck XL freckle pen to dot the pigment all over my cheeks and the bridge of my nose, and tapped it into my base so they looked more realistic. To highlight, I reached for my Laura Lee Los Angeles Glaze palette, which has a very good and sparkly formula. To line my lips, I used my e.l.f. X Jen Atkin Extra Lip Duo in shade Bring It On Brown. To fill in my lips, I used a Kylie Cosmetics liquid lipstick in shade Mind Ya Business. And finally, I finished my lippy by taking the Gloss Bomb and Cake Shake one more time. And just like that, she's done. She's earthy, she loves to recycle, and she's kind of mysterious. I really love how the yellow shade just pops here. Definitely want to do this look again. Well, that is going to be it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and let me know your favorite look down in the comments down below. Also, while you're down there, make sure to leave a like and also make sure you're subscribed. Also, turn on notifications so you know when I post my next video. And I gotta go plan a trip to Washington because I need to feel the aesthetic. I'll see you guys later. Bye!